Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Enigmatica 2. So, I have finished crafting the blood altars. I mean, like, generically speaking. I made the framework in regular runes. There was a lot of crafting that went into that, a lot of time and stuff. So, all this one really needs to be a tier 5 blood altar is are 4 beacons. So I think I actually need to make 8 beacons to bump all of these up to 5. Now I have the understanding that the tier 6 blood altars aren't a thing in this pack, and maybe not in this version of blood magic yet. So I probably won't be needing these because they, were for the tier 6 part. But that's fine. In the meanwhile, there's also the Well of Suffering that I would like to do, just to really kind of get this going. So I'm kind of at a loss what I would like to do first. Let's go ahead and see if we can upgrade this to a tier 5, just because. So we want some beacons. We have 2, but we would like... There, 12 beacons. Ooh, let's get some nether stars going. We'll just tell it to make 100. We'll just get going. I'm sure it'll be fine. So, I think that we should just be able to pop these down. I could be wrong, but... they are not... They're not doing this thing. I'm pretty solid they have to be active beacons, too. Oh, nope, tier 5. And this is tier 4, so they do not have to be active beacons. So this is all 3 of the major blood altars, primary blood altars, set up. Should all be tier 5 now. Tier 5, tier 5. So this is what a tier 5 blood altar looks like, and the death point can be ignored because I never die, and I think I just deleted a thing that I didn't want to delete. So underneath, this is all the piping that I have decided to arrange for this one. I have an ender tank here with an ender fluid conduit. There are faster conduits out there, I suspect, maybe, possibly, but it is pumping into these from the middle one. So what I would like to do right off the bat, and I should have done this off camera, is make another orb. But we in fact need to make the tier 5 orb anyway. We'll just go ahead and make 3 of them. Blood magic is in here somewhere. I'm sure it is. So we need 52 runes. I am not sure why it doesn't like these. Here, I'm just gonna do this. I've got 4 in the system already, so by leaving the end ones, I don't have to worry about trying to build weirdly. So 48. So let's look in here for runes. Okay, I've got 6 in here, even better. Accept my offering, oh great quest book. Alright. I bet it's food. But it's not food. strange. So, I never have to fix this one. That's weird. I wonder if it has to do with being in the overworld. So this is going to be where our Well of Suffering is. And yeah, this is going to be kind of a pain in the butt, really. So let's get some crafting done here. If I chuck these in here and I go rune. So I did set up some recipes for these. I'm not sure exactly how far they're going to go. So let's make 52 of these. Because I think that the quest book required, yeah, 52. So the bottom row should be 15, or 52. We also want to invest heavily in runes of the orb. Oh, did I make speed instead of... I am an idiot. Rune of Sacrifice. So reinforced slates, blank runes. Okay. So let's do this nonsense again. Automation is only as good as the person who inputs the command, in which case not so very good. So let us chuck these in here, and now we want runes of sacrifice. We'll say 52 again. So we're needing 2 blank runes. I'm just gonna grab them from here. We can make some more in a second. I thought I heard a zombie. So 52. Archmage Blood Orb. Of course it wants an Archmage Blood Orb. Why wouldn't it want an Archmage Blood Orb? Sacrifice. It should take a master. Hey, look, I'm withered. Oh, I could totally have fixed that from... yeah, whatever. From here. That is why I put this here, actually, so I could fix it from here. Acceleration, speed. Ah, here it is. Rune of Sacrifice. Doesn't accept substitutions. So we want to make a Rune of Sacrifice. And we'll say it allows. Let's grab some patterns really quick. Clear that. Do that now, we should actually be able to do it. So Rune of Sacrifice. Come on, 52. Sweet. Also, let's go ahead and investigate the possibility of the well. So is it one more? All right. So I would really like to get the well going this episode. Because making rituals is pretty much the heart of blood magic. Well, it's not the heart of it, but it's a very important part of it. And you should know how to do that. I would feel remiss in my duties were I not to tell people, show people, do that thing. Alright, let's get this back up to the proper level. So theoretically, alright, there was a tablet around here somewhere to toss it back in the machine. Oh, that is not it. Is it this one or this one? I'm not actually all that pleased about how the how the books for this are right now. Maybe I'm just being picky. Because I would really prefer to tell me how many of what I need for it, instead of not. So let's look at ritual stone. So we're going to need these for crafting. We're also going to need some orbs. Or some displacement. So this is going to be for whatever. So let's do this. So the goal is we would like, if you'll recall, the altars only import and export blood at a rate of 20. That's really slow. I would really like them to move faster. So rune, blank rune. So we'll say displacement, craft. This one's going to need big one's going to be orbs. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll say 28 displacement. So I did teach it how to make buckets of water. I'm hoping that it's not just making a million buckets. We can check though. Okay, hopefully it is reusing the buckets. That's good. I should have made some extra runes just to make this a little easier. To make up for the fact that I clearly make mistakes. I mean, I don't make any mistakes. There's some educational experience. Just showing you what could happen. I don't know. Oh, hi. Enjoy your fire. I don't actually remember the little ones burning without helmets. That's pretty new. part of the danger. Right there. So the center of all of them, this row on all of them, are going to be displacement pretty much straight up. So I'm just gonna chuck these in here and order another 28. Oh, these speed runes. I'll have to look up to see whether they are the correct ones, because one of them speeds up alter processes, the other one speeds up crafting. So I'll need to make sure that I have the right one for that. But likely we don't. All right. So the goal is basically this. Good. We are going to set these in so that the altar transfers blood fairly quickly. And once that's done, we're going to set up the Well of Suffering. I am going to have to put some dark glass down after it's set up, before we convert everything to cursed earth, because I do not want to have all the cursed earth immediately catch on fire. That would be somewhat disheartening. God, it would be super embarrassing if I was just making the wrong one for all of it. So let's look at ritual stones really quick. So we're going to need ritual stones. And I think we're going to need about 30. And then to make a master ritual stone, oh my gosh, I wish that it would put the orb in. Now, theoretically, there should be a quest for these. All right. Weak activation crystal. We need one of those. Oh, look, iron casings from actual editions. Activation crystal. So we're going to make a lava crystal, and lava crystals are really cool. So if you are cooking stuff in a furnace, you can use a lava crystal as fuel. It does not burn. What it does is it takes blood from your blood network, your blood Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it, and it uses that to cook items. So it's pretty cool. As long as you have stuff, blood constantly going into your network, you never have to remember about fueling your stuff again. And it works in anything that requires a fuel source. I vaguely recall it at one point, I don't know if you can still do it, that you might even have been able to put it in coal generators. So pretty good stuff. Now at this point we need to look at, we've got the Master Ritual Stone, we've got our Ritual Diviner. How much lava do we have in here? I know I have lava, but I don't know how much I have in here. Lava stone. Okay. So let's ask for another ender tank. Ender tank. This is actually a recipe that I was missing, and I put it in during the break. We want some rose red. 3. And I'm hoping that I have lava set up in here. If not, we're going to take a second and set lava up. Oop. So, oh yeah, want to see how we're doing as far as this. So, there's a slight hole in the ground here. Oh wow, that's wicked. I wonder why it's not taking this stuff. Hey, spider. Have some dead. It's empty. Wow, is this half full of lava? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's half full of lava. That's crazy. So we're just gonna pop that down. And I am going to ender IO. Pressurized fluid conduit. Do I only have the pressurized one? It's the item conduit. There we go. Okay, I'm pretty solid. I made some of the cool ones. So we're just going to extract. We're just going to say that. So it only inserts. So that's super fun. And then we're going to go home. Oops. Home storage. Guess we're not going to get as far as I would like. But you are going to get to see how I do this. So let's go to crafting and control. So this is the setup I use to make water buckets. So this automatically fills it. And then whenever I ask for a water bucket, it's dropped in there and it comes out the side. I tried to arrange it otherwise, but this simply worked out the best. Everything else is kind of troublesome. So we're just going to do the same thing. I'm going to make another fluid transposer. Fluid transposer. All right. I would have made a recipe for it, but I don't usually grade. Here we are, one of these, and that, and one of these, and that. So let's chuck it down and upgrade it really quick. All right, so we're pretty much going to mirror this setup here. This only has 3 channels coming off of it, so I feel perfectly reasonable in doing this. Clearing these. Ah, there goes the timer. Just as I can really get into these things. So we're going to set this one to blue. We're going to set the top one to, how do we set the bottom one? Orange, blue. Then we're going to set another tank. We need some more rose red. I have to say, these ender tanks are the boss. They are the best, and that's all I have to say. So we're just gonna pop that there, flip it over so it fills. We need some smart cable. Smart. Get rid of that. And we're going to need an import bus and an interface. We also need to get rid of this and this and this and that and that and those. One import bus, one interface. So we're going to pop the interface down here. I'm going to try to pop the interface down on there. And we're going to ask the system for a bucket. One bucket. So, there we go. Bucket of lava. So we come over to the pattern terminal, and then we basically tell the system, I think I'm being attacked. That's not what we tell the system now. Probably get nervous if we told that. That is how you make lava. Then we grab our lava bucket. We come over here to this and we go, boom. That lava comes from there. Now if we pull this out, we can just go ahead and say, hey, give us 3 lava buckets. And we have lava. So that's pretty much that entire process. Then we can just come here, go lava crystal. Ask it for a random orb because it doesn't like orbs for some reason. Lava crystal. Because I like to have more of them around, we're just going to ask for a couple more. All right. And now we have lava crystals. So we're going to go ahead and call it here because I do not want to run over. But you know what the next step is? We're pretty much just going to put a lava crystal in this thing and watch it go to town. Shouldn't actually take all that long, really. But we need the weak activation crystal in order to set up the ritual, the well. And so we don't have it run out. That was a little weird. There we go. Weak activation crystal. Ta-da! That should be quest complete. And even better, that is exactly what we needed to set up the Well of Suffering. So, like I said, I regret it, but we're going to leave that till the next episode. And that's just how it is. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you don't. Questions, comments, and concerns can all go below. And I guess I'll catch you next time. Have a good night.